So my quest for a really good, easy to prepare, inexpensive, no cleanup, foolproof burger was complicated a little bit when I talked about the frozen patties from Sam's Club, because I reviewed the Angus ones. And as you told me in some of the comments, they also had a sirloin one. And people had said, well, it didn't have the bad stuff in it that the Angus did. Well, here I'm holding the Angus bag. And I ordered one of the sirloin ones in the blue bag to see what the difference was and what it contained, if one was any healthier than the other. And lo and behold, they're pretty much virtually identical, except for the ingredient list. And one of them said Angus and beef and salt, and the other one says sirloin beef and salt, which means to me that they use other cuts of beef in there too, along with the sirloin or the Angus. So I said, well, I need to try these things out. I want to see what the difference is. I'm going to cook them up and do a side-by-side comparison. They cost exactly the same. And see if indeed one of them's better than the other. Because if I recommend something to you, I want to recommend the one that, in my opinion, is the best. So we'll start with the sirloin one. They're frozen. They stick together, but you just pop them apart with something metal. I don't recommend a knife. You don't want to cut yourself, but this metal spatula that I've got really just is all you need to get them apart. So first thing I'm going to do is get one of the sirloin burgers out, and we'll get one of the Angus ones and take a look and see if there's any discernible difference in the way they look. Right away, I noticed that the sirloin patty is a little more red. It's very subtle, but you can see it. You can see it here. So let me put these bags back in the freezer. We'll talk about this a little more, and I will preheat the air fryer, and we'll get started cooking these. Being careful to make sure I remember which one is the prime and which one is the Angus. Now the prime is definitely more red in color, but I doubt that once they're cooked you'll be able to tell them apart. Facing the air fryer, I'm going to put the prime burger on my left and the Angus burger on my right. When I finish cooking them and put them on the plate, I'll maintain that. And remember, prime on the left, Angus on the right. The difference in color is not hard to differentiate. The redder of the two is the prime from the blue bag. I'm going to turn it on, push the grill button, set the time for 8 minutes on high, press start. Now it goes into the preheat mode. Takes about 5 minutes to preheat. So let me speed it up and we'll get right through that and start cooking the burgers. While it's preheating, I put the nutritional label and the ingredients label for each one of these up here so we can compare them. I hadn't noticed, but there are quite a few differences in the nutritional facts, and in the ingredients, it seems they claims salt in the Angus burger, but not salt as an ingredient in the sirloin. Interesting. Seems like the sirloin is lower in calories. You could take a second while I'm going through this and maybe freeze the video if you want to study them, or go on to Sam's Club website where you can see these things and maybe print them out. But there's no mention on either of these labels, either the Angus or the sirloin, of any kind of flavoring, soy product, preservative. It basically says beef, and in the case of the Angus, it says salt. I'm convinced these are clean burgers. Well, it's preheated. We'll add a little salt to them. And just put them down on the grill. You can hear them sizzle. And that is all there is to it. Fast forward 8 minutes. Angus. Sirloin. Look the same. Angus, sirloin. Okay. Now, I'm just going to put the chicken in this thing. Chicken? What's chicken got to do with this? This is a hamburger video. Well, I looked at these two hamburgers and I said, this is going to be probably my one meal today. That's just going to be not enough food. I had 3 thighs defrosted in the refrigerator. I had an air fryer that was already dirty, and I figured, why not? So, decided to cook me some chicken thighs as well. A combination of grilled and air crisp. We'll see how this works. Usually do this in the basket, but I got the grill in there. I'm going to get 2 meals out of 1 cleaning here. How about that? Let's see if I can tell any difference. Sirloin and the Angus. I'm going to do a taste test here. So, I'm going to cut. Angus and the sirloin. I think all things are relatively equal in these 2 burgers. The sirloin looks juicier. We'll try that one first. Very good. Now to see if there's any discernible difference. Okay. I think I've made a decision, but I want to go back to the sirloin. The sirloin is the better of the 2. That's the blue bag. It's noticeably juicier, a little more flavorful than the Angus burgers. So I think, and I still have a bag of each to go through to make the final decision, but I think as it stands right now, sirloin burger in the blue bag is the better of the 2. My first meal of the day today is going to consist of these 2 burger patties and 3 chicken thighs. That may be My only meal of the day, because it's a lot of food. I'm going to get one of these. Oh yeah, no doubt that it's done on the bottom. And let it cool for a few seconds, and we'll cut into it and see how it is. I hope you got something meaningful out of this video. Only one thing left to do. Well, two things. Finish my meal, and of course, give you the rest of the day off and tell you to eat meat.